In this video, we're going to be looking at exponent laws again, except this time we're going to be dealing with variables such as x and y. And we're going to be covering the same rules as last time, the product rule, quotient rule, and power rule. So just to recall from last time, when doing these types of problems, you have to make sure the most important thing is that the same base for each number is there, or else the rules will not work. This will become very important when the variables come in. So just to recall this one, the same base is 2, and it's the product rule because we're multiplying. So that means we're going to add the exponents. 2 plus 4 is 6. Our final answer is 32. If you put that into your calculator. Now with variables, such as this one, we have the same base. They're both y. It's multiplication, so it must be the product rule. So let's put our base down. We know it's y. And since it's the product rule, that means we're adding the exponents. So it's y to the exponent 3 plus 2, which is equal to y to the exponent 5. This one doesn't need to be simplified any further because the exponent isn't attached to a specific number. It's attached to a variable, and we don't know what number that variable is. It could be any number, as a matter of fact. So to look at another one with numbers this time, we got to make sure we have the same base. So this time, the base is always attached directly to the exponent. So in this case, our base for both of these are actually y instead of being the numbers 3 and 4 because the exponent is attached to the y variable here. So once again, this is the product rule because we have multiplication. And we know our base is y, so I'm going to put that right here. And it's the product rule, so we're adding the exponents. So 4 plus 3 is going to be 7. And all we have left to do now is our numbers. So we've done this part, we've done this part. Now all we have left is the 3 and 4. And as you can see here, it is still multiplication. Haven't crossed that out. So we're just going to do 3 times 4 to give us our new number here, which is going to be 12. So our final answer is 12y to the exponent 7. Now we're going to look at the quotient rule using the same logic we've seen here already. So this time our variable is x, and they're both x for these. The exponent's attached to x. So we're going to have our base as x. It's the quotient rule. So if you remember from the last video, in the quotient rule, we subtract the exponent numbers. So we're going to have 4 minus 2. That's going to be 2. And now we have to divide our two numbers here. So 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. And that is your final answer, 3x squared, or 3x to the exponent 2. So do the variable first, subtract for quotient rule, and then divide the two numbers that are left. And now all we have left is our power rule. So this one is the one that ends up confusing the most people because they always forget one step while doing the power rule. So if you recall from the last video, in the power rule, we have to multiply our exponent numbers by the number on the outside of the brackets there, so the 3. So if we're going to expand this, we would have x to the 2 times 3. So we're going to get x to the exponent 2, I'm going to write it out up here, times 3. That's our one part. But we're also going to have 2 to the exponent 1. There's a hidden 1 exponent there attached to every number, multiplied also by 3. So if we write that out, if we do both of those, we're going to get 2 to the exponent 3 attached to x to the exponent 6. So we had to multiply both the exponents, both on the number and the variable itself. A lot of people forget to do the number and just leave it as 2x to the exponent 6. It has to be 2 to the exponent 3x to the exponent 6. And if you remember from our last video, we have to simplify any numbers that have exponents on them. So 2 to the 3 can actually be written as 8. And we still have x to the 6. Can't do anything more with that. So our final answer is 8x to the exponent 6. And that is it for this video with variables and exponent laws. In the next video, it'll be the last one for exponents. We're going to look at combining all these rules and simplifying algebraic expressions fully using variables.